Hey, B, it's JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back. We got to talk about wags, okay? Wags to riches. I've been enjoying it so far. So far so good. I've been seeing some people like, "Ooh, girl, I can't take it. This is too much. I do not like Charelle." You know what I'm saying? And this mean girl energy, I am turned off. I am not watching this. I completely understand. You have a right to do what you choose. And listen, I'm enjoying it so far. So I am going to continue to discuss it. So let us go ahead and chat about it. All right. First of all, before we really get into episode two, I just want to say that Charelle has a lot of things in common with each woman. And I don't know exactly what it is for every woman, but we will find out, I'm sure, as time progresses. But I will say for at least three of them, we could say that she has some things in common with them, like her and Ashley, right? They both were in the military, so they got that in common. And then you have who's next? Who else? MJ. Her and MJ. They both had they're with their celebrity crushes, right? All right. You had that situation. Then you have Keah. They're both with men that had a whole football team before they even got with them and had a child with them themselves, right? So I'm like, okay, it's a connection with damn near every woman on this cast that Charelle has, and she has something in common with them. So to assume that she doesn't have anything with Stony is crazy. I'm sure you guys are able to connect on some type of fashion, some type of not like fashion clothes or anything, but just like in some way, shape, or form, you guys should be able to connect, okay? And have some things in common. So the whole harshness that she gives to her, I don't think that is warranted. But we shall see, okay? So let us go ahead and get into the latest episode. All right. So Charelle and Ocho are on the boat with their kids. Okay. Her child, I think it was her daughter. No, I think it was Ocho daughter. One of them was like, "Listen, like, can we get in the water?" And she was like, "No, you're sick. You just got over being sick, so you can't get in the water." She said, "Then why we got on swimsuits then if I can't get in the water?" She said, because you on a boat." I said, "Ooh, I know that's right. Why I got this swimsuit on, bitch, if I can't get in the water? What kind of shit is this?" Okay, period. But anywho, it seems like Charelle has a pretty good relationship with Ocho and the girls. I heard somebody call her mom, and I was like, was that his child? Or was that her child? I wasn't really sure. But anywho, they have about 11 kids between the both of them. Y'all know he got 8 and she got about 4 of them. Okay, so that's that. Now, we only see like 3 of her kids. So I don't know where the other kid is, but there's that. All right. So she talks about sliding into his DMs. He was her celebrity crush. She slid into those DMs. At some point, we see them on the boat talking about their wedding. Okay. She asked about a destination wedding. He said, "I don't know about you, but I'm getting married in the Bahamas." All right. And I want everything to be all white. I want this. I want that. I want this person to be the flower girl. Like, Chad has his whole wedding planned the hell out. Okay. And Sherelle's like, "Well, wait a minute. All right. Because, I'm supposed to be involved in that too. Like, do you just want to plan a wedding?" And he was like, "I can." All right. So there's that. All right. Charelle talks about how she's going to be running down the aisle or whatever. And because he said something like, "What I told you about women." I don't know what that means. Is he trying to say women drag their feet or something? I don't know what that was about. But anyway, uh, good luck. All right. As we know at this current time, from my understanding, they are not together right now. So they say. I don't believe that, but that's what the people say. I'm going to get my headphones out because we are going to be talking about Jules. And I realized that I did not play a video of hers on yesterday when we did our review. So what I'm going to do is once we're done talking about her, we'll get into the video that she did trying to disassociate herself from the cast or from the show. So yeah, we'll get into her trying to disassociate herself from this show or whatnot. So Jules has a sit down with Sade, and she lets us know that she's been knowing Sade for quite a few years because she used to do like a digital radio show over on 1 a.m. or something like that. But anywho, that's how she came connected with Sade because she thought she was super pretty, whatever the case was, and brought her onto the show. It is what it is. All right. Now, while they're out to eat, of course, Miss Jules talks about how she's going to need a plan B because even though she's not with her baby daddy, Duke Riley or whatever his name is, they still fucking Mariah fucking your man. Okay, so they're still over there getting their hunch on or whatnot. And I believe they live like 5 to 10 minutes away from each other, but they're not together. She says that she doesn't really know what she wants to do with their situation, fall back into it, not fall back into it. There were times that he wasn't really supporting her. Now that they live up the road, he doesn't try to come over to see his daughter any more than what he was or anything. So she's just trying to assess a lot of stuff, right? Sade asked her if she's still working for Kanye, and she says no. That's part of the reason why I'm a single mom now, because of her wanting to work for Kanye. And she says that Duke wasn't really supportive of that. He didn't want her to work on the Donda album or something like that. He was asking her to turn down really big opportunities for Kanye. And I wouldn't like that SHI either. Like, no, I wouldn't want to turn down nothing. Like, why I got to turn it down, right? She says that he downplayed her all the time. She says he never empowered her. And I just kind of feel like, in my opinion, I understand her hunching on her ex if she ain't trying to go out and add to her roster. But at the same time, I feel like his unempowering ass shouldn't get none of your empowered ass pussy. Okay, in my personal, but okay, do your thing. So she talks about him being inconsistent. And it sounds like she's speaking on him being inconsistent when it comes to their child. So she says she knows that's going to be an issue, right? She says that her mom was inconsistent. Her mom was battling or dealing with some stuff. So she would be in and out. And she doesn't want her daughter to have to experience what it is that she experienced, okay? So she's just trying to assess certain things. And I feel like that could be why she might want to go back to being with him, to feel like she's giving her daughter a two-parent household, possibly. But at the same time, he doesn't really support her or anything. And for them to not be together and her to have to get her own home, I'm wondering, did he put her out? Did she move out? Or what was it? For him to not see the daughter consistently is another factor. Like, do you want her to feel like she's suffering? Right? Because you're not coming around as much, because you guys are not together. She had to go out and get her own home, take care of her own bills and stuff. So I just want to know more about their dynamic and their relationship, and if he's trying to make her suffer in an effort to get her to come back to him or something. Like, I don't know, but that's what's going on with them. Now, we're about to go ahead and hop over so that we can hear what Jules has to say about this particular show. So she says, I refuse to say the name of the show because it's terrible, and I do not wish to be associated with a particular word used in the title, so y'all can forget that part. So y'all can figure that part out for yourself. So is it WAGs? You don't want to be associated with WAGs, as in wives and girlfriends, because you are a girlfriend? Do you not want to be associated because you're no longer a girlfriend? Or what is it? So let us just press play on that. Like, girl, what the hell is you talking about? Okay.
Questions surrounding my involvement in a television show that will be coming out on Netflix on January 22nd. I haven't spoken on being a part of this show at all up until this point, but I figured why not address it for my Snap family. The biggest elephant in the room and thing that I was seeing across socials was, why am I not in the cast photos? Ooh. So I'm going to answer that and post where I was when the cast was taking the marketing pictures for this show.
I love rap.
Okay. She was working. Wait, I have said no to joining 6 television shows over the past decade. 6. I only said yes to this show because I thought they actually wanted to tell impactful stories about impactful women. Child, okay. See what else she got to say. As soon as I realized that was not truly the case, I deprioritized filming and went back to focusing on what really matters: my family, my marketing agency, and my brand. There is not a person, platform, or opportunity in this world worth selling yourself short for. Okay, girl.
There are a lot of questions.
Bye. All right, y'all. So we just saw what Miss Ma'am had to say. I I guess she thought that it was gonna be promoting her in a better light, and I guess that it's not. I haven't finished the season to really know how it's showing up for her, but we gonna see. Um, and here's my thing too. I feel like she's full of it in this moment, just a little bit. I'll be honest, because it's not many reality shows that's out here about uplifting. Like, be for real. You about to be on a show with a bunch of basketball players' wives and stuff like that. Like, how many TV shows do you know that's about showing always the positive side of things? Like, girl, you know they're gonna have a piece of drama. You know what's going on. And the fact that she did this video where she's kind of like showing off she's in Paris and stuff, I feel like this is a shot at somebody. I don't know who, but I feel like she was taking a shot at somebody like, yeah, BIT, you need this show. I don't. I'm working, doing what I do best. Yeah, get into it. I'm over in Paris, but you're in Miami. Like, I ain't no girl, listen. I'm just telling you what I think going on. But let's get back into it. Let's get to MJ. MJ done messed around and got herself arrested. And we realized that at the end of last episode when Stoney ended up getting on the phone and she looked and she saw a mug shot and stuff. She's like, oh my God. We learned that MJ ended up getting arrested, right? All over damn Kodak, all right? So she got into it with Kodak's baby mama, all right? She says that they were supposed to be on a boat, but she didn't go on the boat, so she had her mom go and take the kids, right? Well, the baby mama happened to be on the boat as well. The baby mama decided to dance all on Kodak, and she put it on her social media page. So, of course, MJ saw it. She didn't like it, so she pulled up on the girl and started to assault the girl. And my thing is, because she said that the girl knew that they were in a relationship. Ma'am, Kodak knows that you guys are in a relationship. That's who you need to be getting at versus getting at that girl. And it's given Kodak feels like he got access to all of y'all because y'all his baby mamas. But okay. Okay, girl. So you about to get yourself tied the hell up. You over there mad with the BM, but not mad at the man that's actually supposed to be in a relationship with you. Wrong road. Wrong road. So she tells her friends about her night in jail and how horrible it was for her. And she says she got like 4 charges: burglary, grand theft. She has assault as well as battery charges. But she said the other 2 charges are going to get dropped: the grand theft and the burglary, because she said she didn't steal anything from that girl. So at least she has 2 charges dropped, but she still is going to have to face the battery and the assault charges. But she believes she going to get off because she got that great of an attorney. So she might. Who knows? Okay. So that's what's going on with her. She's saying that, she never wants to put herself in a position like that again. And every time, like, we heard this the first episode, right? As far as the bashing the windows. And then now here we are, beat up a girl. So I feel like next episode, we're going to learn something else that Miss MJ done did. Okay. Because hey, she learning. She young, I suppose. I'm hearing different ages: 21, 22, 27. I don't know what age. She's in her 20s. We know that. All right. So she's young. She's learning. And hopefully she learns a lot from watching herself on this show. Charelle and Keah link up because Charelle is giving Keah a tour of a beautiful home down in Miami that's about $49 million. BITCH, even if I had $100 million, I'm not going to buy 49. Even if I had $700 million, I'm not going to buy a $49 million home. Like, girl, for who needs that? Anyway. Keah looking at the house and knowing damn well she not finna buy it. And when we learn more about Keah, I know exactly why Keah is not finna buy no $49 million house, because you guys have other responsibilities, okay? So Keah is preggo, okay? Congratulations to her. And she's been dealing with Tyreek. I believe his name is Tyreek Hill. They've been dealing with each other for like 8 years on and off or whatever. And they finally decided to, I guess they were engaged at one point, broke it off or something. And when they finally got back together, she says he came for her. And she says, if we really want to do this, we know enough about each other. If we're going to do this, we need to just go to the courthouse and make it official. And that's what they did. Okay. Meet me at the courthouse in your white dress. And they ended up getting married. They're locked in. Well, what we learned is that he has about 9 kids. Absolutely. And she's pregnant with his 10th. And that is how she and Charelle have things in common. Okay. Now she has to deal with the baby mamas, but she did say things are getting a little better. Things are getting better with some of the baby mamas. So now I'm wondering, out of 9 children, how many baby mamas are there? Okay. Let's keep going. So she says that she found out and he found out at the same time that he had three more kids. She says it was a surprise to him and to her. And I say, you a motherfucking dog sly bitch. You a motherfucking okay, it's lie. Let me tell you something. That motherfucking man very well knew about them three motherfucking kids, just like he knew about the other six, bitch. Okay, you gonna sit up here and let that man play, tap dance, and do whatever else in your motherfucking face talking about? So, oh my God, woe is me. Who got three? You do, and you knew. Okay, you do, and you knew. The fuck you talking about? So it's like, it was a surprise that we both were taking. Oh my God! Wow, three. Well, you know what? I'm gonna stick around because I love you just that much. I love you, and I know when you clap the hell up out of here, I'm going to get that check. Okay, I'm going to get that money. Girl, that's really the only reason why I feel like she with him. Of course, he's familiar for her, right? He's familiar. They've been together for about 8 years or so, on and off, and I think over the time of them, knowing each other, he just got even more successful. And looking at her dating options, she like, if I'm gonna deal with a nut, I might as well deal with a nut that got money. Congratulations. All right. So, anywho, she's in love with him. She's happy. They talk about the girls and how Sade has been getting to know the girls and stuff, how that's going. I'm sorry, not Sade, but Keah. And so Keah does bring up Sade actually because Sade does something that she doesn't really um she don't like it. She don't like it. And what she says is, so she says that she was filming along with some other girls Hard Knocks. I don't know what that is. I guess that was supposed to be a TV show or something about, wives of athletes or something, whatever it was. And they all pitched in to get a suite. All right. I guess at one of the games, it was freezing outside. They didn't want to be outside. So it was like, hey, let us get a suite. Okay. So that's what they chose to do. And because it was like negative degrees or whatever outside, they asked if they could come up to the suite with Hard Knocks. And they said Sade shut it down. And she was like, no. No, 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 no. Like, nah, Hard Knocks. Like, nah, this is our suite. It's not Hard Knocks. Let it go. So Charelle feels like it may be a little bit of jealousy there, considering the fact that Tyreek is going to be going back to a team because he's in OTA, whereas Chosen, which happens to be I guess the fiance or husband of Sade, is up in the air and they're not really sure what's going to happen, I guess, with his career or what team he's going to be going to or whatever the case is, right? So they feel like it may be a bit of jealousy there. Well, at least that's Charelle, but also Keah feels like maybe they felt the way because they weren't filming the show with them. And that's why they were like, oh, no, y'all can't come in here because we ain't filming too. So, possible, but we're going to get into it when we get to that portion. So, Portia is deciding to have a bad BIT good mom type of, I guess, mom's day brunch or whatever it was that she decided to do. She says, it's like I guess a lifestyle company that she started or whatnot some time ago. So that's something she's working on and she's doing something for the ladies. Okay. Charelle arrives. They discuss that Stoney is not invited. Okay. She's a mom, but she wasn't invited. I need to know the bigger beef. It's not making sense. Okay. Sade wasn't invited either, but she invited herself. She's coming with Jules and they're going to let her have at it. All right. Alexis and Ashley arrive and they talk about Sade and how Portia feels like she's been acting a bit odd. She's been acting more guarded lately and she doesn't know what's really going on with her. So when she talks about how Sade has been showing up, I've been thinking maybe her and Chosen are having some issues potentially. Maybe they're not together. Maybe he's got caught doing something. Maybe she got something going on within her relationship potentially, right? The ladies are believing that she could be pregnant. Maybe that's what it is. And it could be. Who knows? All right. Sade and Jules do arrive. Everybody's sitting at the table and Sade lets them know that she's not going to be drinking anything. But it also seems like, okay, Sade, you're not drinking. Maybe the ladies are right. You could be pregnant. And you're just not at that place where you're ready to share with them. That's possible. All right. Charelle tells them that Stony Baloney was not invited. And I'm like, girl, do you have to do the Stony Baloney? Do we have to do the Stony Baloney, really? You wrong for that. You wrong for that, girl. So Sade called them mean. And I say, yes, mean, because that's what it's given. And then MJ says, I know who a mean girl is. I know who's the mean girl. And they ask, and she said, it's Charelle. And and I don't understand why. I think I might actually, as I continue to go through the notes, I think I might see why Charelle is acting like this. So Jules and Sade look up Stony, and they let the ladies know we looked her up, and what we learned was that she was extorted. It was certain things that she went through regarding that leaked sex tape, and it was really validating a lot of things that she's already told us. So I think that we should offer her a bit of grace, and of course, Alexis is in support of that. Right? Jules says that she feels bad for everything that Miss Stoney had to go through. And Sade says, I just feel like we need to figure out how we're all going to be able to coexist. I think let's get it together, people. And Charelle says, I mean, girl, we could be in the same building, but she can't sit at my table. She gonna have to get her own table. She can have a seat at that table, but she can't sit at mine. And the issue is, I just feel like it's more to the story, and what Charelle is giving us, or at least what the editors are giving us, it's just not enough, okay? Charelle says that she has an issue with Stoney because Stoney sued 50 Cent over uploading or, putting out her sex tape, and she made millions of dollars from that. And with her making millions of dollars with that, she didn't manage her money properly. She doesn't really have nothing to show for the millions of dollars that she got. And she feels a way about it. She says she's the oldest woman out of everybody. And she's not at a place, according to Charelle, she's not at a place where she's trying to raise a grandmom because she knows that older people don't like to change their ways. So it's going to be difficult. So she doesn't want to have anything to do with her because she made a lot of money and didn't manage it right. Do you know how many motherfuckers make a lot of money and don't manage it right? Because they don't have the knowledge or the guidance or any of that when they run into a large lump sum of money. That's not a good enough reason. And I need them to tell us the real reason as to what's really going on. Ashley brings up Sade in the suite. And Ashley says, oh, you want to talk about Mean Girls? Okay. No. So she want to talk about Mean Girls. Let's get into it for a little bit because I heard about you and how you showed up with Keah at the suite and how they were filming Hard Knocks and how you didn't want those girls to be a part of that. And Sade said, where you heard that from? She said, Charelle. She says, of course you did. Charelle said, well, it's a problem with her telling me or something like that. And Sade said, no, it's not a problem. We could talk about it. But you know what I'm saying? Ashley said, let me get my stuff out, girl, because I want to get my stuff out because if we're going to talk about Mean Girls, we're going to get into it. Yeah, let's keep going, all right? And so Ashley says, you want to let the ladies film in the suite when they were doing Hard Knocks, and I just don't think that was cool. Like, so I feel like that right there is really mean girlish if you know that it's freezing outside, but they can't come in. And Sade says, well, I didn't tell Charelle, and I guess she was finna explain why she didn't tell Charelle something. And they was like, girl, what are you talking about? You didn't even tell Charelle. Like, what? And I thought that was weird. So I was like, Sade, were you about to tell a lie or something? Because what you mean you didn't tell Charelle? Anywho. So Sade says she took it upon herself for all of the ladies to go in on a suite together. So she reached out to a group chat that they have, hit up everybody and said, hey, do you guys want to get a suite for this particular game? And the people that, said yes, they went and got into a separate chat. All right. They started to discuss numbers and stuff. And Sade says that Keah was not originally in that group chat. She was communicating in that group chat by way of someone else. And that person also paid. I guess Keah gave them the money and also paid for Keah. Once I heard that Keah paid, it was kind of giving, well, then that's all said and done. She paid for her space there, like, period. So what's the issue? Well, Sade goes on and says she and the other girls were not okay with Hard Knocks just coming in there. If they wanted to be in a suite, then they needed to put them in a suite. Okay. Now, as Sade continues to talk and tells this story, I get what Sade is saying. I get what Sade is saying, all right? I understand why Keah may have felt like the ladies were mad about it or felt like the ladies were jealous about it because they weren't being filmed on the show or anything like that. But in all honesty, because they're not being filmed on the show, they don't have to let them up. You can come up whenever you want because you paid, but we do not have to let Hard Knocks up. Another thing with that is y'all knew that it could potentially be an issue or it doesn't make complete, I'm not going to say it doesn't make sense, but you knew that it could be something or that the ladies could potentially feel away which is why you asked in the first place. You know what I'm saying? You knew that y'all could come in there, but not Hard Knocks, which is why y'all even asked if it was okay if they came up anyway. Right? So you knew it was a possibility that the answer would be no to begin with. Because if you felt so comfortable in them being up there and that it was owed to you, you would have just came up there with Hard Knocks. Does that make sense? And I may not be, relaying it right, but that's what I'm thinking. Like, you knew it was a potential issue, which is why you asked. Like, let me make sure they okay with us bringing y'all up there. Because we about to go upstairs. It's cold, but, I know we filming, but we can see if y'all could come. Because, they didn't pay for that. And honestly, I'm with Sade. She ain't wrong. Like, they're going to be benefiting off of what we paid for. Like, why? They ain't trying to film us. So if they trying to film y'all, then go somewhere else with it. And who's to say the other ladies even want to be caught on camera in the background at all? All right. So I did understand where Sade was coming from. But then also I see why to Keah it would come off like y'all may be jealous. I can see why she got that perspective because she on that side of it. She may be, maybe it's been talks and they probably, I think they just mad because they ain't filming or whatever like that. And it's like, girl, we could care less if we filming. Okay? It's about they didn't put in on this. So what they gonna do? Come in here and start eating up on our food and all of this stuff that we got? Like, nah, that ain't cool. It ain't no different than bringing people into a suite that you didn't say, like, it was understood everybody bringing 2 people with them. But then if you bring in 3 extra people, it's like, what the fuck? And then you got a few more people like, nah, y'all gonna have to draw the line somewhere. So I kind of understand what Sade was saying. Okay. So Sade says that it wasn't about them. And when they did come into the room, it was all good. Nobody treated them differently. Like, we were all okay. Like, everything was fine. It was just that Hard Knocks could not come in there. Simple. All right. So Ashley says, cool, girl, I would have left my good sis outside. And Sade said, we didn't leave her outside. She left herself outside. For me, Sade wasn't really wrong. Because again, even though I was like, oh, Miss Ma'am paid. Yeah, she paid for herself. She didn't pay for Hard Knocks. So she did pay and she did have access. She could have came up at any moment. Now, just because she chose to want to continue to film, that's on her. Do your filming. This room is open to you whenever you come in. They just can't. They could be in the hallway or whatever's out there, you know what I'm saying? But they can't come in here. So I cannot fully say that she was wrong unless I get more information to say otherwise. I'm with Sade on this one, okay? So Portia brings up the rooftop and says that, you came off like you did have an issue with her though. Okay, Portia, which one is it? Because you felt like you said that she was giving guarded the past few weeks. She seemed like standoffish or whatever the case is. And so it didn't seem like it had anything to do with Keah from what you were saying. Now you're trying to make it seem like it was about Keah when y'all was just trying to figure out could she potentially be pregnant. But now you're trying to tie this back to Keah. I don't know. But anywho, so Portia brings up the rooftop and says, you did kind of come off like that. And I wish Sade would have said, I didn't. Like, because she said, it seems like you got an issue with her. And I wish Sade would have told her I didn't. But I do now. For her to come up with whatever she was coming up in her head, trying to make it seem like I'm jealous or I'm feeling some type of way and then spreading the narrative with other folks instead of coming to me directly. Yeah, I got a problem with her now. I didn't have a problem with her then. But yeah, I do. And now what? Okay? I wish you would have told her that. Okay? Charelle says, Sade, she's like, oh, it's giving fake. It's giving fake. Sade says, she's not a fake bone in my body. Charelle says, I can't deal with fake bitches. And then Sade said, bitch, don't. Bitch. I was like, ooh, my God. Okay. Now, in this part here for me, when Charelle was like, I can't deal with fake biddies and all of that, I'm like, girl, producer hat done came on. That's what it was giving. It was giving, you could see the energy rising with Sade. It don't take much for Sade to snap off. And I feel like Charelle was like, you know what? Let me lean into that. Let me lean into that for a little bit. And I have not watched any of their podcasts. I don't know if they're recapping. I said I was going to go and check them out because I haven't watched any of their podcasts and stuff to see if they give like additional backstory to some of the scenes or whatever. But I'm hoping to find out what Charelle was thinking in this moment, if she even discusses it, because for me, it's definitely making me think that that's the mode that she was in. Like, okay, let me lean into this and let me do something else to irritate her because I know, to irritate her because I know she gone. She gonna give us what we need a little bit in this scene. And producer hat was definitely on with Charelle. Now, what else do we have here? So Sade says, well, don't, B-I-T. Why are you screaming? Like, aren't you like the oldest woman here? Baby, the way Sade came at Charelle, I wasn't mad at it. Especially the way Charelle be standing up there clocking Stoney's tea about her being older than you. And you older than some of the other ladies. So the way Sade ate her, I was like, oh my God. Charelle says, what are you even doing here? Are you supposed to be here? Sade said, why are you here? She says, I'm here with my best friend. I'm like, oh, Portia, your best friend now? I thought y'all was just getting to know each other. She your best friend now? I'm here to support my best friend. Okay. So Sade says, you not finna son me. This ain't Stony. This ain't Phaedra. This ain't Stony, girl. You ain't finna son me like you did her. I love that. I love that Sade did not allow anyone to make her back down, even though she got up from the table and she was like, I'm finna give me something to eat. And B.I.T., I'm finna get the hell up out of here. And I love that she did it. I love the fact that she went, said what she said, got her look, made her sure she looked good, came back out there, got her food, whatever, sat amongst the ladies. Like, because what you're not going to do, you're not going to make me get up. I'm going to get up when I'm ready. I don't care if I'm pissed off or not. I'm going to sit right here. I'm sitting right here. And I liked it. Sade was pissed, and I was here for it. So Portia stands up, and Portia gives this toast, and she talks about how she's pregnant. She announces her pregnancy. Everybody was excited. Sade wasn't moved at all. I question if Sade is indeed pregnant and likely was going to share that with the ladies, but ended up feeling not safe in that space, feeling a bit uncomfortable, and decided to just not say anything. And it makes me question if that's the reason she's guarded to begin with. Maybe she's guarded with people because she see how y'all move just a little bit. All right? So leave your thoughts on that. Now let's get to Miranda because she meets with her mom, all right? And we learned some things about her parents. Her dad was a criminal. Her mother was a Mama D pimp. All right. Okay. So they've been through some things when they were younger, living a fast life. As for her, she was forced to live with her grandmother who raised her from a newborn all the way up to 7th grade. Her grandmother ended up passing away. And shortly after that, she went on to live with her mom. She's been with her mom ever since. It seems like their relationship is good. She says she's always been in contact and had, connections with her parents when she was younger. But, it seems like her and her mom are even closer. They have a decent relationship. She goes to her mom about a lot of things, right? So of course they talk about the altercation that she's gotten into, and Miss MJ is like, I don't care about that altercation. I'm used to getting into altercations with girls because they're jealous, and I'm like, girl, everybody's not jealous. When the mama co-signed her and said, yep, I'm like, girl, everybody's not jealous. I feel like that's often an excuse being used for one's behavior. Sometimes you just got terrible behavior. Sometimes you're just not a good person at times. Sometimes you handle situations poorly. And you think that somebody is doing something to you. You might need to go and resolve any childhood trauma that you may have because your parents wanted to be out living a fast life versus actually building a real connection with you at home. Okay. You might have some things you need to work through. Everybody ain't jealous. Some of it is literally you and how you show up, and some of it I'm sure would be a response to you. But anywho, her mom asked her about Kodak, who I guess his name is Billy. She refers to him as Billy, and what their plan is. And MJ says that, he don't play about me and I don't play about him. Ma'am, he definitely plays about you. Ma'am, he definitely plays when it comes to you. Okay? If you had to smash the windows and assault his baby mama, he's playing when it comes to you. Okay? Anywho, so she sees him getting it together for her, is what she says, because of what all she has going on for herself. So she can see them getting it together and actually living a happy life. And I'm like, baby girl, the very things that you listed as far as you having your life together are the very reasons as to why it still may not be you in the end. I do feel like when you rise to his occasion and being on his level in that fashion, I don't know if he'll be as impressive to you anymore. And he might move on and find someone else that he could be more impressive to. Right? So yeah. And as you get older and being a mom and stuff like that, your mindset is going to change. It's just some stuff you're not going to want to deal with anymore. And the only way I would say one would deal with it, it's beyond love, in my opinion, and more so about saving face for the general public and not wanting to prove people right when they said the relationship was never going to last. So you're really doing yourself a disservice ultimately in the long run, but we definitely wish you the best. I don't know where their relationship is to this day. I don't keep up with Kodak, so I don't know. And I'm just now meeting MJ. Not sure if they're together or they're separated, but good luck. Okay. That's all that I have at this time for the latest episode, episode 2 of Wags to Riches. All right. You guys hop down in the comments, leave your thoughts and comments down below on everything that we discussed about the episode. I'm Jami, that's me. And of course, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Yeah, tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a proxy. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith. Game time, I invaded gym, high elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over, I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film, I can feel it.